President Biden just held a meeting with his administration to determine how they can help struggling Americans. Also, one state is going to be considering a $774 million stimulus package tomorrow, and what Democrats are going to be doing to keep monthly checks in the next stimulus package. And lastly, 27 lawmakers sent over a letter to Nancy Pelosi and Kevin McCarthy with one major request. I have all the details for you in this video, so let's get into it right now. But if you haven't done so, or if you're new here, make sure to subscribe by hitting the button right down below the video, as it's totally free to do so, and so I can keep you updated each and every day with all of this information that continues changing very rapidly right now, as I am your one and only daily advocate. Also, make sure to stay tuned, as my wife Corey will be back here in just a few minutes with the new updated list of shoutouts for those names that are pulled right out of this community. So stay tuned for that, and let's get into this right now. All right, so let's quickly talk about what these 27 lawmakers sent the letter over to Nancy Pelosi and Kevin McCarthy requesting. So we've been hearing about this a lot here over the last week and a half, maybe 2 weeks or so. So these 27 lawmakers drafted a letter which they sent over to the Speaker of the House, which is Nancy Pelosi, and Kevin McCarthy in the House of Representatives, asking them to ban stock trading for lawmakers. So as we know right now, lawmakers can actually trade stocks, and they can make a boatload of money doing it because they know information before the general public. Therefore, they can make investment decisions based on that information, and they can make all kinds of money out of the financial markets. So basically, these 27 lawmakers are saying, let's ban this. This should not be allowed, that all of these public servants, as in lawmakers who are working for us, are making tons of money off of this insider information, right? So again, that was kind of interesting as they sent this letter over, and we'll have to see what actually happens with this, but likelihood, it's probably not going to get any traction. It's probably not going to go anywhere, as lawmakers have been able to do this for a very long time now, and why would they want to do away with something that allows them to grab tons and tons of money by trading the financial markets ahead of other very important information that's going to be released to the public? So kind of interesting, right? All right. Let's quickly talk about what Democrats are doing right now and what they're saying about monthly checks in the next stimulus package. So Democrats are very adamant right now about keeping these monthly checks in there in the child tax credit payments in the next stimulus package. They're basically going to do anything they possibly can to make sure that these monthly checks continue going out to roughly 36 to 38 million families and all of these kids on a monthly basis. Now remember, in January of this year right now, those checks technically did not go out. They were supposed to go out about a week and a half or 10 days ago or so. They were supposed to go out for the first time of 2022, and they didn't go out because they ended at the end of 2021, and they anticipated that they were going to get the Build Back Better agenda actually passed before the end of the year, and they didn't do it. So Democrats are now talking. They're going to continue doing everything they possibly can to make sure that these payments continue going out and that they will be in the next stimulus package. And they're even talking about double payments in the month of February because they missed out on January, provided they can actually get them passed through. So kind of interesting, but we'll have to see if those double payments actually do happen and what actually goes forward with this. And again, I'll keep you posted. All right, let's quickly talk about this one state that is going to be considering a $774 million stimulus package tomorrow. That's a pretty big package, right? Almost $1 billion. It is the state of Alabama. So Alabama is going to be considering this stimulus package tomorrow, and they will likely be holding some votes on it, and we'll have to see what actually happens. But just like so many other states right now, they have billions and billions of dollars on hand, and Alabama has just so decided, let's peel off $774 million of that in our own state defined stimulus package, and let's send it out to all of these different areas where we feel like it needs some extra support right now. So again, I'll keep you posted with that, but we should be getting more details on that out of the state of Alabama tomorrow as they hold those votes on it. So you don't really hear a whole lot out of Alabama, but this time I guess Alabama is in the spotlight. So pretty cool stuff. I mean, honestly, I can't remember the last time we talked about Alabama here on the channel. Every so often, but it's not very often at all. But finally, they're in the spotlight here, so that's kind of cool if you're down there. So I'll keep you posted on that as we do get more information. let's quickly talk about the president and the meeting that was just held literally minutes ago with the administration. So here's what they're doing. President Biden and the administration, they all got together today. The meeting was actually scheduled for 5 p.m. Eastern time. So literally, it just wrapped up. And they were going to be meeting to talk about what they can do to help out struggling Americans right now with all of these massive price increases. I don't know about you, but I could give them one idea. I don't know. It starts with an S, maybe, I don't know, stimulus checks. I mean, seriously, do they really need to have a meeting to figure out what they can do to help struggling Americans right now with rising prices? So anyway, they were coming together with this meeting today at 5 p.m. Eastern time where they could come together and try to figure out what can we do to help with all of these rising prices and struggling Americans. So again, I think all of us here in the community could probably come up with a pretty good idea of what we could actually do to actually suggest to the administration, the president, Congress as a whole, and give them some suggestions on what they could do moving forward. But again, they were having that meeting. I'm going to be totally clear with you. As of right now, I have not seen any details as far as what happened during that meeting. I anticipate at some point this evening or sometime later today, we should be getting some kind of updates out of that meeting here. But the administration is finally realizing, oh, maybe people are struggling right now and maybe we should do something about it and help them out. Hey, great idea. I'm not really sure where you guys came up with that, but yeah, it's a pretty good idea, right? So hopefully we will get some more details out of this here soon. I anticipate we probably will. If they have any breakthroughs or any announcements, of course, I'll bring those to you right away. But it's kind of nice to see that the administration is actually doing something, trying to figure out what they can do to help out struggling Americans right now. And maybe they do nothing. And again, who knows? Maybe that's the solution, is do nothing going forward. We don't really know, but I'll keep you posted as we do get more information. Also today, the IRS has started accepting tax returns. So if you're somebody who wants to file a tax return, if you're somebody who needs to file a tax return, if you need to claim a missing stimulus check from 2021, or the other lump sum payment of your child tax credit payments, the IRS is now accepting tax returns. So you could have filed previously to this date, but they were not accepting them until today. So it's go time, right? So if you want to do that, you're all welcome to do it. But again, I'm not your accountant. I'm not your CPA. I don't know your exact situation. I can't give you advice on any of that stuff, but because everybody's situation is different, right? I think all of us recognize everybody's situation is very, very different. But either way, they are now accepting tax returns. Let me quickly give you a pro tip on this. And again, I know this is kind of redundant. I know many of us know this, but let me just say it again because I see it down in the comment section every so often, and I just want to make sure that everybody recognizes this. If you do need to file a tax return, if you have direct deposit information, as in a bank account, routing number, account number, things like this, when you go to file your tax return, if you can add onto it direct deposit information, you probably want to do that. The reason I say for it, if you're waiting for a tax refund, it's going to take, usually it takes about 10 days, maybe 14 days or so from the time that you actually file your return up until you actually receive your refund. If you're waiting for a paper return to go in and a paper check to come back to you in the mail, it could take a very long time. And by a long time, I mean it could be months and months. It could be a year. The reason I say that is going into today, the tax filing season starting today, the IRS is still backed up with paper returns from last year. So my point is, if you can avoid doing anything by paper, whether it's getting returned through, sending the return in by paper, or maybe even filing by paper, waiting for a check to come by mail or by paper, if you can avoid anything like that, please, by all means, try to do that, because you could be waiting a very, very long time. Even like I said, you could be waiting a year. Yeah, unbelievable, right? But yeah, that's just kind of what we're dealing with right now. So I hope that's keeping you aware of everything going on right now. A quick update for you. I wanted to come back, share this with you. I will certainly be back later. I have some very important information I want to talk through in the next video a little bit later, so stay tuned for that. If you didn't catch those videos from earlier today, I have some great information in those. I'd highly recommend going back and watching the video that I posted just a few hours ago, as well as the one from earlier this morning. Some really good information there. So check those out, and I will have some follow-up really good information a little bit later today, so stay tuned for that as well. So quick update for you, let you know what's going on today. Make sure to subscribe down below if you haven't done so yet. Share this video with your friends, family, social media, and go back and check out any of the other nearly 2,100 videos right here on the channel. And with that being said, let's bring Corey in so she can read that new updated list of shoutouts that are pulled right out of the fan club. If you're interested in checking that out, there's a link down below in the description. Otherwise, at the top of the comments section there as well. And remember, this list of shoutouts is changing in every single video. So with that being said, Corey, take it away, and I'll catch you again a little bit later in the next video and some important updates. All right, Corey, it's all you. I'll see you soon.
We are happy to shout out Donna Boyd, Nessa Tucker, Big Roy's YouTube channel, Svetlana Marks, Wanda Williams, Robert Sandwell, Carmen Kiputh, Paul Larkin, Chris Solden, Felicia Rittenberry, Sarah Lieberman, and Brenda Murdoch. Thank you for being members of the fan club.